And welcome to Strength Based Marketing. I'm Pat Dewar. I'm so excited about who I have on today, Lisa Smith. And I know that she is an HR expert. In fact, I've seen Lisa for a number of years create massive success, touching the nation in like every state. She has taught thousands of HR professionals, leaders, managers, people that just want to do better in their business on ways to, I want to say, keep out of jail, but she probably wouldn't say that. She'd probably say something like be audit secure. And so, Lisa, thank you so much for being on the show. And I'm really interested in a little bit about your business, but even beyond that, how you're growing out of this COVID-19 lockdown and the things that we're seeing right now in the nation.
Well, thank you, Pat, for having me. This is really a lot of fun for me. I always like seeing you and speaking with you, and I do definitely respect the work that you're doing out there in the leadership world as well. So thank you for that. So what we have is we have this corporation, and it's called Andera Corporation. And we sort of joke about the Andera universe around here because under Andera, we have a few different products that we offer to the public, to mainly small to medium-sized businesses. And one of those is called Help Desk Deluxe. And in Help Desk, we basically offer a whole myriad of tools and applications and samples and forms and documents and policies and procedures and all kinds of great things in addition to the support that we offer to small businesses. So that's one big thing that we do. And through the years, probably for about the last 7 or 8 years now, that's been sort of considered to be sort of a just-in-case training or a just-in-case product or a just-in-case, extension of assistance to businesses. After COVID hit, it sort of became the just-in-time. And so that was kind of a shift a little bit in our mindset, because in addition to Help Desk, we also offer like an exam prep study course. We have a service called Boss Calls, which is kind of like an HR mastermind where we all sit around and learn to do HR like a boss, is what we say. And so a variety of things like that too. But when we started to get into COVID, it really became apparent that businesses who maybe in the past had sort of taken HR lightly or maybe had just done enough to get by were suddenly hit with, oh my goodness, this is real. And so going into COVID, one of our largest distributors was severely impacted, which of course severely impacted our business as well. And so we had to start to sort of reinvent ourselves out of this just-in-case training to that just-in-time type service and training and support mechanism. And so that's what we've done. And now that COVID is sort of, I wouldn't say dying down necessarily, but now that businesses are opening back up, we're still really in this zone of just in time, because now instead of navigating a shutdown, we're navigating a reopening. And in doing so, we've really been able to offer several new services and kind of continue moving forward. Again, sort of reinventing the things that we haven't been accustomed to doing, but taking what we know and applying it here.
That's great. What do you think are some of the greatest pains that the average manager or HR person, one of the things I've noticed about your services is that, a lot of people think HR, okay, that's those people. And I go, nah, most managers don't understand how they're kind of screwing up already. And they don't understand, they feel pain, but they don't see how valuable what you do could help them. So I want to kind of put HR and management in the same category and say, what are the biggest challenges that you guys are able to really address and bring to the table?
Well, right now in this world of reemerging out of COVID, the biggest challenge, honestly, that we're seeing is related to employees not wanting to come back to work. Yeah, because, the federal government issued a lot of money to the states and said, pay everybody an extra $600 a week on top of the unemployment that they qualify for to help them through this rough time, which sounded like a great idea. And for many people it was, if they appreciate the offer and for what it was actually meant to do, which is pay people who don't have a job. Okay. So then when now our employers are issuing recall letters and saying, hey, we want to bring you back. Employees are saying, oh, well, can we wait, 7 more weeks until my big money runs out and then I'll come back to work. And so employers are kind of split on this. They're saying, well, on one hand, we really want to help our employees. And so maybe we should go ahead and keep them on layoff or furlough to let them accumulate that money. And on the other hand, gee, we really need workers right now. Why don't they appreciate the fact that we're offering them a job? Isn't that a little greedy? And so they come to us and they say, help, help us navigate this. And so that's one of the big things that we're seeing. The other big thing that we're seeing is that now it's interesting more than previously, I guess, because we were in lockdown and laid off and furloughed. Now we're opening up again and we're starting to have employees that are testing positive. And so that's a challenge for employers to say, what do we do now that we have someone in our place who's positive? How does that affect everybody else? And how does that affect HIPAA and, all sorts of employment laws that go along with that?
How does Be Audit Secure? Your website is it Be Audit? Am I saying that right? BeAuditSecure.com?
It is, yeah. BeAuditSecure.com.
How does what you do, is it really address that need with just information, or are there, help me.
Okay, yeah. So on our multiple services, but our big service, which is help desk, we provide not only a variety of different toolkits, like we have applications that will write your handbook for you and make your job descriptions and help you come up with appropriate interview questions for that position that you're hiring for, and just a variety of different things. We do annual reviews and all kinds of good stuff. In addition to that, we have samples, over 500 right now, of policies and procedures and forms and documents. And then we have just a myriad of FAQs and statutes and checklists and all sorts of helpful things under various topics. Now, that being said, our number one most used piece of help desk is our support, because our members are able to email us their scenario, whatever's going on in their life, and then we will do the research for them. And we will write them back and we will give them not legal advice, but we will give them a good direction to go in and the statutes and court cases and things to back this up with. So we don't just say, here's your answer, believe us. We say, here's your answer. Here's all the places you can go to prove it. Don't believe us, ask your attorney, do all those things. But what ends up happening is they can go out and they can prove it to themselves and they can find the answer that they need. And then they are indeed audit secure, because where that came from is we don't believe anyone is audit proof. Okay, we think that when it comes your time, man, you're going to be terrified probably if you're like the average business getting audited or sued or investigated. But if you follow the steps that we give you through our Be Audit Secure process, then you can feel secure when that knock comes on at your door. Like, maybe you're not 100% sure, but you don't feel terrified. So you go from unsure to secure.
Well, one of your favorite sayings is that, most people don't know what they don't know. And you are always creating new opportunities for people to have the right information at their fingertips. In fact, I saw a demo of your help desk one time, Kevin Macho. And oh my God, he sat there and talked about another product out there that costs a lot and does all this in monthly, and and he types. He spends like 20 minutes on this product, and he goes, and then I found this other one, help desk, and in about 8 strokes, oh, that's the same thing. It'll cost less. So I don't know. It's up to you. I went, oh my God, that was amazing. I appreciate somebody offering a good, having a good presentation to offer a service. And because to me, sales is service. That was something Zig Ziglar pounded into my head years ago. And so I so appreciate what you're doing. And if somebody wanted to get a hold of you and connect with you and maybe, look into this, how can they get a hold of you?
You can definitely go to beauditsecure.com and you can hit the contact and write us and say, hey, I want some help. I have some questions. We will get back with you probably within the next 2 or 3 hours. We're really fast on our service. And, if you want to do that, that is the number one best way.
Oh, and by the way, folks, she's like uh, everybody I know that's tried to connect with Lisa. She's not joking about the 2 or 3 hours thing. It's not that they're not busy. They're very busy, but it's like a mandate that by end of day that everybody's followed up on. And so I appreciate that. One of the biggest things that you run into in business is people, put their information out there and try to contact them and no follow-up. Ow. Folks, that's not with Lisa. She'll get back with you and she can help you out. Anything as we close it down here, what would you like to say right now to HRs and managers to encourage them and through this time period of transition?
Yeah, well, the biggest thing I can say is whatever struggle you're having, which we can probably name a list of them, you're not in it alone. Everybody's struggling right now. The government is struggling right now. I mean, everybody is navigating this. I hate this term, this new normal, but this is actually what it is. It's trying to find what it's going to look like on the other side of all of this, and we don't know how long that's going to take. So don't lose heart. Reach out to a service like ours or whoever you love. I mean, just, but have help. And, everybody needs a little help. As HR folks, you help so many people. It's like the old sing song, who helps the helper when the helper needs help? Help desk. And so reach out to us because our help desk services are really going to mean a lot to you once you dig in. We're there for you. We have a wonderful community of right now we have close to 1,000 people in our Facebook group and that interact on a regular basis. It's non-political. I make sure, because I run a tight ship in there, I make sure that it's all about the help. And our group is just like one big warm hug. And so that's what HR folks need a lot of days because your job's tough. So reach out to us. We are there to help.
That's great. Thank you, Lisa, so much. I appreciate it. Beauditsecure.com.
Yes.
Talk to Lisa. I know that a lot of you are needing that right now. And that's one of the reasons why strength-based marketing as a Facebook group, as a resource to businesses around the country. I was looking around and seeing how many people are relaunching after COVID-19. And I thought, you know what? They ain't going to be able to play by the old rule book because the old rule book has basically been set to the side. And now it's, what do you got to do different? What can you do better? What new products or resources? What new ways of thinking do you need? And that's what I help my coaching clients with. So thanks so much, folks, for being with us today, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again, Lisa.
Thanks.